Welcome, Arisen. We pawns have long awaited your arrival.
What is this? Pawns? They bend the knee to you so readily, but then... No. Surely you cannot be the Arisen.
You seek the Riftstone, do you not? We can take you to it. Pray. Come this way. Before you stands a Riftstone. Tis a gate by which we of the Pawn Legion may cross o'er into this world. Pray, summon your pawn. Simply paint with your mind's eye the loyal attendant whom you would have serve you.
Pawns are known as Crossers of the Rift, for we are able to connect to and traverse other realms beyond this one. When we return, it is our duty to use our experiences and the knowledge we have gained to aid you on your journey, Arisen. From this day forth, I shall serve you as your loyal pawn, and aught I learn beyond the Rift will be at your disposal.
Well, I'll be. A pawn summoning before my very eyes. You truly are the Arisen, then. Strange. I thought the Arisen was in the capital. Surely there's only meant to be one Arisen. Fie, this is all beyond my ken. The Watchhead would know what to do, I'm sure. Though, as luck would have it, he's away. I suppose we'll save any further questions till the Watchhead returns. You're free to do as you like afore then. What? You've no memories, you say? Mayhap you could make for Melve, then. 'Twas set upon by the dragon not long ago. The Arisen is said to bear some deep connection to the dragon. Should you be Arisen, mayhap you'll recall aught of import there.
Hail, Arisen. Pray, ask aught you wish to know. I shall answer, if 'tis within my power to do so. Nomads, we are oft called. Born in other worlds, we travel here by means of the Riftstones that we might aid you, Arisen. However, I cannot speak as to our true nature, for I know of it not. None of us do. We do not need to. We merely do as we are commanded. Riftstones are gates that connect this world to a multitude of others. By their power have we crossed into this world, and when our mission is done, by their power shall we return to our own. 'Tis the name given to fate's chosen, those destined to command the Pawn Legion and safeguard the world from the threat of the dragon. Even with your memories lost to you, I am afraid you cannot escape your fate. Very well. May fortune speed you on your way, Arisen.
I enjoy tackling fierce foes and prefer combat's thrills to gathering items. I am confident and may act independently. I'm a fighter by trade. Send me to the Vanguard, where I might put my strength to full use. I see you recognize my worth, Arisen. I suppose I should... Let us work together to honor the Arisen's trust. Twill be a joy to serve one so gallant. Let us work together to honor the Arisen's trust.
Should you need to communicate in Elvish, pray call upon me. I would be only too glad to assist.
I thank you for the chance to hone my swordsmanship, and in good company at that.
I hope I can count on you in a scrape.
happen to understand Elvish, Master. I expect you'll find my talents useful, should we encounter another speaker.
I thank you for the chance to hone my swordsmanship, and in good company at that.
'Twill be an honor to serve by your side.
Must have taken a wrong turn.
Like it or not, I must go where duty calls me.
Now I've gone and stepped
Wait
in.
for the new equipment to come.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
The town. Depend on me. Like it or not, I must go where duty calls me.
Soon as my shift's done. I'm off.
'Tis a ladder. Shall we see where it...
Hoy there. You seem well tired. Tell you what, you can stay here tonight free of charge. I'll expect coin from tomorrow, mind. My pa always used to say, there's naught a good night's sleep can't fix. Not much else I can offer, I'm afraid, but you'll find all sorts at a finer inn. Aye, being armed is better than being defenseless, even if you're untrained. Still, 'tis worth devoting yourself to a vocation if you can. Opens up new doors, it does. You should stop by the inn in Melve if you get the chance. No hard feelings if you prefer it. They've much more to offer.
We must rest, though the sun is still up.
Never for a moment did I doubt you'd grow stronger someday. Having said that, 'tis quite a relief.
There's no discipline that steadfast devotion cannot teach.
If you seek to restore your memories, Master, methinks a trip to Melve might be just the thing. I know the way. Follow me.
A guide is most welcome.
Hail! You a soldier? 'Twould be a surprise to see you arrive in one piece, if not. Hordes of monsters have been plaguing this area of late, you see. We've had to start sending out new recruits to cull them.
Is that so? Who went yonder?
Lachlan. But I dare say he'll fare all right.
Aye, I expect he will. Who was sent out that way, then?
Ricardo. To be honest, sir, I'm a little worried for him.
What? Weren't harpies reported in that area? Thyde can't handle those beasts on his own.
This is the first I'm hearing of it. Fie! I want to go to his aid, but we can't just abandon our posts. Say, you seem stout of heart. Would you be willing to go in our stead? 'Tisn't far, only a short ways out from the main gate. You've my thanks. And Ricardo's as well, I'm sure.
A rescue mission, is it? Then I dare say time is of the essence. Few can weather a harpy assault unaided. Shall we hasten to Sir Ricardo's rescue? I know where that person can be found.
We've got goblins!
Shame I've no advantage against this foe. Are we all in the same boat?
I shan't let them harm you. That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
Well, I'm sure there's still room for improvement. There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found, love? One of our number is unconscious. Well done.
What a strange dream I was having.
Is that all of them? You have my thanks. I do not believe for a moment I could have slain those creatures without your help. I've only just enlisted, and when I thought this could be the end of me, I was paralyzed. You saved me this time, but I won't always be so fortunate. I'll have to train harder, till I have the confidence to face such beasts on my own. Well, I'd best be heading back, but I'll be sure to let my superiors know of your good deed. I hope we meet again someday.
Shall we report back now? over here! Here already, are we?
Hail, friend! Many thanks for aiding Ocado. 'Twas a relief to see him return, and none the worse for wear.
Aye, that it was. The poor sod might not have made it back alive had you not intervened.
'Twas a bit too early for him to be seeing actual combat. That much was made well clear. We'll be extending his training period. The instructors here are well known for whipping recruits into shape with their grueling regimes.
Speaking of training regimes, I must admit I've half a mind to ask you to join us. We could use someone with your experience.
If you seek to restore your memories, Master, methinks a trip to Melve might be just the thing. I can guide you there if you wish.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
One of our number is unconscious. On my way.
Have at me! I'll gladly take on any number of foes.
If that is cannot be avoided, 'tis fight or die.
Fear not. It's well in hand.
Could you come over here?
This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
We are none of us alike in vocation.
Our respective abilities are unique as well.
At the end of the day, our vocations are of little import. Mutual trust is what counts. This way, if you please. behold the state of the village. 'Tis a sorry sight indeed. Dragon truly is calamity incarnate. Mayhap a walk through the streets would help jog your memory? When the Arisen appears, so...
Pitiable Arisen.
We're going this way now, I suppose. By your will.
'Tis not for us to gainsay the Arisen's judgment. We must go where we are bid.
Hast thou forgotten thy destiny in thy charge? That is most unfortunate. But it doth not release thee from thy fate.
Send help!
Can you hear me, sir? Sir, stay with me.
Thank goodness. How are you feeling? This is the second time I've watched over you like this. isn't it? You do not remember? Then have you forgotten that you protected me from the dragon's flames? You withstood the fire in my stead and were well and truly charred. 'Twas terrible. I had thought your life forfeit. I could not hear the beating of your heart. But you hung on and by some miracle survived. I'm sorry to hear that, though I cannot say I am surprised. Your burns could easily have killed you outright. A great many were bathed in the dragon's flames that day. All perished, save you. You must be special, indeed. How else could you have survived to return here?
I am of the Border Watch. Someone with Arisen-like abilities came to this village, horn in tow. Know you aught of this?
Has he come for you? We are to part so soon, then. Mayhap you will visit me again someday. Till then, take care. Arisen.
Ah, excellent. You must be the one. You match my soldier's description. I'm glad I found you. The ruler of Vermund, currently convalescing in the capital, became arisen here in this very village. If you claim the same, then word must be borne to the capital. I dispatched a missive before coming here, though I doubt the matter can be settled without your presence. Would you be willing to accompany me to the capital? If you truly are arisen, you will be received with open arms. Oh, but forgive me. I scattered my soldiers in a bid to find you. I would not depart without them. We shall have to wait till they are reassembled. Come to think of it, Sir Leonard was asking after you as well. Mayhap now would be a good time to speak with him. Last I saw, he was having a drink at the inn.
Someone must have the answers we seek. If we ask around, we might just find them.
This ladder can take us to new heights.
We ought to put it to good use.
Shall we go and speak with Sir Leonard, Master? If you wish to meet with this person, I would gladly lead the way.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
This is a powerful weapon. A single bolt loosed from it would carry tremendous lethal force.
This could grant us an edge in battle, if we use it well.
Over here, if you would.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
No harm in picking a few.
Oh, have you some business with the apothecary, sir? Dreadful sorry if I was in your way. Oh, no, I'm not lost or naught, sir. You needn't worry yourself on my account. I'm an apothecary in training, you see. My family runs a little shop in Vernworth. So when I heard tell of a medicine only to be found in this village, I thought I'd come and fetch some for us. Made the journey all by myself as well, if you can believe it. But, well, as luck would have it, I've not enough gold for the medicine. It will be a shame to return empty-handed after coming all this way. But what more can I do? What? You'd do that? You'd get the medicine for me? Suppose there's no harm in that. If you're really sure. Oh, sir, I'd be most grateful. Seems my luck's not as rotten as I thought. I'll wait right...
We could make the fruit robberant ourselves, or simply purchase some at Rune... Is apothecary here in Melv.
Yes, of course. I see it now.
These writings could be of import.
Let's have a look then.
Ah, well met. Here for some fruit roberant, are we? Do come again.
Well, it takes two to make a sale. And this seller had nothing to tempt us with. Our funds are better spent elsewhere.
The Arisen is ever prudent in the application of coin.
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
Ah, well met. Here for some fruit roberant, are we? Do come again.
We ought not tarry, but deliver what we have retrieved post-haste.
This is for you, Master. I thought it might come in useful.
Hello again, sir. Say, have you brought some fruit roberant for me? Oh, so this is what it looks like. Brilliant. Many thanks, sir. I haven't much to offer in return, but I'll be sure to tell Grandfather what you did for us. He'll want to reward you proper like, I'll bet.
One could not have hoped for a gladder outcome.
How interesting.
Let's get to work. Well met, sir.
I'll make of this. What am I to do? He really ought to have returned by now.
We have arrived.
Well met. You're the one who saved Ulrika's life, aren't you? She told me all about it. It was a very brave thing you did. I'm in your debt. Ulrika's as good as my daughter. Here, consider this a small token of my gratitude. Now, tell me, are you registered with a guild? Perhaps you already know this, but registering with a guild will grant you access to specialized training, which comes in very useful when pursuing a vocation. Well now, that won't do. You need only speak with the innkeeper to register. Go on, 'twill only take a moment. If there is aught you wish to know of vocations, mayhap I can advise you. 'Tis a vocation for those who seek to master the dagger. Such blades lack heft, though this grants them the advantage of speed. Thieves favor light armor, which leaves them more vulnerable to attacks than those of other vocations. Their talents depend upon their finesse and ability to compensate for the length of their blade through sheer agility. 'Tis a vocation for those who seek to master the mystical arts. However, the more powerful the spell, the longer one must spend incanting it. Thus, a mage is unlikely to last long on the field of battle without allies to protect them. Naturally, it is a vocation for those who seek to master the bow, an exceptionally useful long-ranged weapon. At close range, however, a bow is nary more useful than a walking stick. Aye, the secret to being a successful archer is maintaining distance between you and your foes. 'Tis a vocation for those who seek to master the sword and shield. Fighters favor a balanced approach, excelling in both offense and defense, and can adapt to any situation. I am a fighter myself, and should there come a time when you impress me with your prowess, I might be willing to impart unto you some of what I know. Should you dedicate yourself to a vocation, you will find that new paths to master will open up to you over time. Try them as you like. Very well. There is no wrong choice in any case. It is entirely up to you which vocation you adopt. But I shan't take up any more of your time. Pray, be well.
Moment long awaited. I knew 'twas only a matter of time before your skills reached a new height. There's no discipline that steadfast devotion cannot teach.
Here at the inn, we also offer changes of vocation for those who seek it. I get so few customers, you see, that I can manage both roles myself. But enough about me. Did you need something?
'Tis good to be busy. Work begets opportunity. Always a pleasure.
What am I to do?
A common reward. Frustratingly so.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
Puts me in the mood for a song, it does.
Off to market I go.
So this is where you've been. Come with me to the village entrance. The Watchhead's waiting for you.
Shall we seek some answers? Sir Gregor wishes to speak with you, Master. Shall we go to him? I believe I can guide you to the person in question.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
We're here, and none the worse for wear.
Ah, you've returned. Good timing, too. I have questions for you. First and foremost, will you accompany me to the capital? My thanks. Are you ready to depart, or do you need some time to prepare? Very well. Speak with me once you've finished your preparations. Make haste, then. We must leave anon. Good. Then let us be on our way.
If I might be so bold as to speak my mind? Different masters favor different pawns. One whom I served preferred to have beastrons for allies.
Each to their own.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
We've got goblins! We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
Shield. A fine display of skill.
I say it. We trounced our foe, well and true.
We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent.
If your pack grows over full, simply ask me to sell off your surplus items. I'll have the gold for you in a trice.
The Arisen is the lawful ruler of Vermund. So it has always been. To claim the title is to claim the throne. Yet, not all claims are true. Our kingdom sees many defenders, and they are not dealt with lightly. Estopia are one of them. Regardless, do well not to invite my mistrust.
I grant you fire's blaze. Use it well. Stay with me, Arisen. Wait like that. What's more, it is somewhat lamentable that none of us are fighters.
A fighter would make for a dependable ally in close combat. Is there nothing we can do about this obstacle?
If a ranged attack is needed, you can count upon my aim. I would gladly be of aid, Arisen. Look there. I espy another statue.
I can foresee no reason not to go see it up close.
Hold here a moment. I shall bid them open the gate.
Who's that you've brought with you, Watchhead, sir?
An Arisen, by all appearances.
An Arisen? Another pretender, you mean? I see the Sovereign's ascension has done little to stop such charlatans from plying their trade.
'Tis uncertain. This one commands the loyalty of the pawns.
What? Impossible. You know as well as I do that there can be but one Arisen, and he's up in the palace.
I'm well aware of how preposterous the idea is, thank you. However, as I do not believe it my place to rule on such a matter, I will make my report to the capital. If the claim is false, we will be rewarded handsomely for our trouble. If the claim is true, however, who can say? All's been arranged. Come, let us pass through the gate.
have found a material.
You're welcome to take whatever you like from my pack, Master. I'd gladly see you put what I find to good use.
An ox cart was meant to meet us, yet 'tis nowhere in sight. Aught may have befallen it. Best we press on.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it. To the chest. I shall take a look inside. This seems a decent spot for a campsite.
A chance to recover our strength would be most welcome. Not like a feast to get you ready for bed.
Good sleep is the key to a good adventure. Is your pack slowing you down, Master? Pray, bear in mind that you can only carry so much by yourself.
Call on me if there's aught I can aid you with.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize support. It will be an honor to serve by your side.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Is everyone all right? More marks of the dragon's fury. Its ramp.
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favor. We must not let down our guard.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
I could have done no better.
Focus. The battle continues.
Well said.
I dare say the cart shan't be traversing this. Onward! It might await us on the road ahead.
I shan't let it harm you. I grant the roaring fire.
No one can defend themselves with crafting like this.
Pray, allow me to open your chest.
I am in awe of your powers of detection. I'm sure my master would be astonished to learn this is here.
healing. Allow me. Wait right there.
That was well fought. There's no one standing who might say otherwise.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
Let my magic grant you an elemental boon.
I see a ladder yonder, but we can't reach it from here. We'll have to get up there and drop it down. You're like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up every little trinket you find. The way forward is unclear. How are we to proceed?
Look there. Methinks I spy aught of use.
We ought to take a closer look.
I shan't allow any further harm to come to me.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize support.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
No harm in picking a few. I'd wager there's ought to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look. 'Tis a glad thing we rested when we did.
We must not let down our guard.
I shall not let them harm
I want roaring flames.
I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look. Goblins, Master! We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness.
I could have done no better.
Think nothing of it. I concur. Let my magic grant you an elemental rune.
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your side. In battle, I shall follow your lead and prioritize support.
An astounding discovery. Indeed. Good on you for being so observant.
I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
we are none of us alike in vocation.
Our respective abilities are unique as well.
Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible. Not like a feast to get you ready for bed.
Good sleep is the key to a good adventure.
What's this? We're trapped. Fie! A Cyclops! To think we'd encounter one here of all places.
Great, be on your guard. The power of such a torrent must not be underestimated. Perhaps we could find a way to use it. This could grant us an edge in battle, if we use it well.
For crystal strength, Arisen!
I grant you fire's blaze. Use it well.
Our foe will be thrown off balance. There is no better time to strike. Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall.
Focus! A moment of indecision may spell our doom!
Really? Now? Well done. First and foremost, not to rock the ranks. The might be a target at last thrown. This battle demands all our strength. We must stand together and seize victory. It is time we made it. To inform you of the
You have my gratitude, sir. 'Twould seem I had taken you for another Force Arisen. Goodness knows we see a lot of them. Yet the value you showed in coming to our aid has dispelled such thoughts. Here, take this as a mark of my trust. Give it to one of the sentinels stationed at the gates to the capital, and you'll be granted an audience with Captain Brandt. You're free to make your own way to the capital now. I see no need to keep you under constant watch, and I'm sure you'll breathe a little easier as well, aye? Of course, if you'd rather continue to accompany us, you are still welcome to join us on the ox cart. 'Tis your decision. Well now. The road's blocked. The cart can't get through like this. A powerful current ought to set this rock to crumbling, if we could summon one.
Water is spilling through the cracks here. What could be the cause?
Ah, here's the cart now. Do you intend to join us? Very well. Board the ox cart and we'll be off.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Fewer monsters are to be found on the main road, though carts travel only by the sun's light. Having more of these to hand ought serve us well in battle. Let us take care when and how we put them to use.
I wasn't prepared for this. It's calm. That's quite enough. We've got goblins!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. Oh, water! Let us not get ahead of ourselves. The battle continues. Stand advance roaring flame. The enemy has called reinforcements. It seems they can match our might, strength of numbers.
That's enough.
Seems we drove them off. You've my thanks for aiding us. Vernworth isn't far from here. Will you join us the rest of the way? All right. Into the ox cart, then.
One wrong move, and I dread to think. Well, this is no good.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
I was informed of your coming would be Arisen.
Captain Brandt, this individual summoned a pawn through a rift stone. Several witnesses can attest to it. Though I admit I had my doubts at first, it would seem this is no mere deceiver.
As decreed by the great will of our world, there can only be one Arisen. That Arisen now resides within the palace. Indeed, he is our sovereign and the rightful ruler of Vermont. It follows, therefore, that this ruffian before us is naught but a pretender. You must submit to questioning. If you value your life, you will not attempt to flee. I shall conduct the interrogation myself. Stand watch outside. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your existence, I fear your life would have been in peril. I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes. Then you have truly lost your memory? In that case, mayhap I ought to explain the situation before we proceed. You, and no other, are the sovereign, the only legitimate ruler of this kingdom. Some days past, you confronted the dragon in the village of Melv, whereupon you became Arisen. The people rejoiced, for our true liege had finally appeared, and in Vermont's long years of council rule. Yet, not all celebrated your coming. Your arrival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous council, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the consul's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Disa, Your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to her own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for mortal hands. Thus, Disa chose to abduct Your Majesty while you recovered from your wounds, in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you to Batal as a slave. Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the sovereign in your stead, a mere puppet. However, with Your Majesty returned, I have no intention of twiddling my thumbs as Disa plays her games. I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray, visit me a night in the tavern that we might discuss them. This one's cleared of all suspicion and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir no further. Are we clear?
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Consign it! Get back here! You there! Did you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way he went? Many thanks. I'll catch that wretch yet.
You're a kind one, aren't you? 'Twould seem I am in your debt. In fact, there's aught I would ask of you if you've the time to spare.
Aha! There you are!
Oh, apologies, but our chat will have to wait. Till next we meet. Farewell.
Pray, allow me to open yon chest. This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Ah, excellent find.
So, might as well take a look while you're here, eh? Stop by again soon.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands.
Gold is a resource.
Welcome to Bjorn's Armory. You'll find only pieces of the finest quality line these shelves. And quality's what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember, misers die early deaths. Many thanks. I appreciate the business.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
Welcome to the Star Drop Inn. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to start you off? Come back anytime.
Your Majesty, your timing is impeccable. I just thought to call for you. 'Tis not a matter for prying ears. Pray, let us speak out here.
Tell is, Vermund was once a Beastren kingdom.
Truly? Indeed, though it is not widely known among the common folk.
As I informed you when last we spoke, the palace is filled with the Queen Regent's sycophants. Should Disa denounce your Majesty as a false arisen, few would elect to doubt her. Yet if we are to prove your identity, I believe there is no occasion more suitable than the coronation. It was delayed so that the sovereign, that is, the false arisen, could convalesce in the palace, but the date has now been set. The central players in the court ought all be in attendance. 'Twould be a fine opportunity to display your Majesty's power. None would be able to deny that you are the true Arisen then. There is a problem, however. Entry to such an event is limited to the chosen few. Only select members of the nobility and citizens who have contributed greatly to Vermont's continued prosperity will be granted entry. If your Majesty is to be counted among them, you will need to attend to a number of tasks. Pray, allow me to summarize them for you. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, 'twould be a fine contribution were you to accomplish these tasks unaided. What say you? Might I ask for your cooperation in this matter? Very well. I would not think to press you on this matter. Perhaps you would consider taking on a different task. You will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Disa's misdeeds. I hesitate to ask something so dangerous of you, yet I fear we have few other options. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels afore now, though I have yet to uncover so much as a whisper of her plots. Would that I could undertake the task myself, but my station prohibits me from reckless action. What say you, Your Majesty? Might I ask this task of you? Very well. I would not think to press you on this matter. Perhaps you would consider taking on a different task then. Of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to Your Majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Disa demanded Waldar amend the code of Vermont to her own benefit, and many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. As a result, he now sits in a cell beneath the palace. Our laws dictate that Your Majesty is our rightful ruler. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, I'm quite confident that Waldor will be willing to vouch for Your Majesty. What say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I've prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. Pray, take this. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee be cautious, Your Majesty. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid.
Who was that young man, I wonder? He did not seem a criminal. I cannot imagine why...
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Do not forget that we work to serve the citizenry.
Over here, if you please. Oh, what does this say?
Let's have a look then.
A fine place to sit and gather one's thoughts.
Bunch of sluggards.
It is our duty to see this peace protected.
We shall await you here, Master.
So, you've come. Captain Brant bade me allow you passage.
Wait for the new equipment to come in.
Hold fast! You have the strength to prevail! I'd hasten home, were this not my duty.
I can accompany you to the castle entrance, Master, but no further.
Steel yourself, and we shall not fall here.
Never should have taken this shift.
It's good to be reunited.
Stay with me, Arisen. Wait right there.
My head hurts just thinking about it.
I'd rather not draw steel if I can avoid it. Wonder if it's too early for dinner.
If I could, I'd never leave.
In the mood for a song,
Try all of it.
There's a ladder here.
We ought to put it to good use. A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
The sooner my duties are concluded, the better proceed.
Only person I believe in is myself.
What was I to do today? Now seems a fine time to sort through your belongings, Master.
It seems we must part ways for the time being.
Now, how best to proceed?
There's comfort
There is a rumor whispered among pawns that I have oft pondered. The gist of it is, when pawns travel beyond the rift, we can contract a peculiar illness that imperils the life. Lives of those around us. At first, we are only restless and excitable, but in time we become so unruly that even the Arisen holds no sway over us.
How terrible. We shall have to be alert for signs of the sickness among our number.
Well met. You are come to Shakir's Inn, a place of respite for the weary traveller. You will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospitality. in all Vernworth. Much obliged. The rules at your desk.
Here, get a regulator.
I have naught but misgivings.
There was a place, you man.
It hurts. A brisk walk ought to ease my mind that burns.
You think they'd learn? Just creep up on me.
Peruse at your leisure.
As pawns are not permitted within the castle, I will bid you farewell when we reach the entrance.
Peruse at your leisure.
Over here, if you please. Best make haste. Else I'll be at this all night. Oh, what does this say? Let's have a look then.
Well met, sir. Well met. You are come to Shakir's Inn, a place you will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when treated to the foremost hospitality. In all Vernworth. Much obliged.
Follow along at your own pace, Master. I shan't leave you behind. Yon path leads not to our destination. If you would prefer to explore, I shall guide you another time.
'Tis not for us to gainsay the Arisen's judgment. We must go where we are bid.
Tell is, Vermund was once a beast-ridden kingdom.
Truly?
Indeed, though 'tis not widely known among the common folk.
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh? Stop by again soon.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
Gold is a resource best spent judiciously.
What did you think of that story? 'Twas well told and all, but not particularly exciting, eh? I mean, it's the sort of thing you hear bandied about the tavern every other night, isn't it? I'd heard tell of a beggar doing well for himself, so I came out here to learn his ways. Haven't learned much, that's for sure. And by the look of it, he doesn't appear to be making much for his efforts, neither. So where's all his coin coming from, then? Makes a man wonder, it does.
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my story entertain you,
Time is of the essence. We must needs expose Deesa's plots ere they can come to fruition.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
We ought to put it to good use.
If I sleep on my woe, may have to go.
Been a while since I heard a good story. Sometimes I wonder if I'd be better off a
Seems my humming would be unwelcome.
I'll set out on my own adventure someday.
Have a precious little time.
You fancy a look at my wig?
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh?
Can't wait for the new equipment to come in.
How can I get more customers?
Barely the vim to tell my boots.
We don't know a town.
Never mind what they say. I'll hold my head high.
Idleness is a luxury.
Everyone's busy with their own affairs, I see.
All my peers seem so much more capable.
All this patrolling does a number on my shoulders.
Not sure what they expect. I'm no cook, am I?
What should I do? Maybe I'll make myself
May tomorrow be as uneventful as today.
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
Suppose I ought to be used to this
This is generally used as a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant those.
My head hurts just thinking about it. Maybe I'll make myself scared.
I'd rather not draw steel if I can avoid it.
All this quiet makes me come o'er anxious.
What should I get up to today?
The hours seem to fly when I'm here.
Not sure what they expect. I'm no cook,
My
am
bed.
I?
Oh, is everyone all...
Only care I have is how to spend the day.
Oft we forget the value of moments.
I'm quite glad.
What should I get up?
There's a ladder here.
Ah, excellent find.
None of us is guaranteed tomorrow. It's just life.
Try all I might. I can't get the salt on my skin.
That's acting up today. We are never heavens, watch.
Oh, good to see.
Peruse at your...
Greetings. Welcome to the Guild Hall. Here, we conduct all manner of procedures pertaining to vocations. If there is aught I may assist you with, simply say the word. Forgive me, but I'm afraid we are not accepting registration for warriors or sorcerers at this time. You see, as we currently have no archer staves or greatswords on hand, we are unable to outfit new members. And we cannot simply purchase more, as the delivery of arms intended for the local armory and other guilds in this domain was plundered by goblins. So regrettably, I cannot assist you. Unless you were to procure a weapon yourself, that is. Let me see. What else can I tell you of our guild? Certain vocations are unavailable at present. Let me see. What else can I tell you of our guild? Methinks Roderick will be able to tell you aught of the stolen shipment. He runs the local armory, and we purchase almost all of our stock from him. May fortune smile upon you, sir.
We shall have to scour, high and low.
Well met, sir.
Tranquil place.
Room for my next shipment.
Got to give you
Fancy a look at my wares?
Something good will come today. I just know it.
Welcome to Bjorn's Armory. You'll find only pieces and qualities what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the price, just remember, misers die early deaths. Many thanks. I appreciate the business.
Hoi, friend. Klaus sent word that you've agreed to rescue some of my pilfered equipment. I'd be grateful for aught you can reclaim, truly. Fair warning. Goblins are behind these ox cart raids, I've since learned. No doubt they're hoarding the stolen arms in their den. From the tell of it, their lair lies somewhere along the western road. Pray do be careful. If aught were to go awry, 'twould weigh heavily on my heart. Losing my wares for good would make me sore. But no sack of gold can compare to a fellow life, eh?
Welcome to the Star Drop Inn. We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour you a cup to... Come back any time.
Greetings, Your Majesty. Have you a moment to speak?
Well met, sir. Fancy a gander? Fine wares.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. The citizenry have called upon my soldiers to cull monsters that plague the land. I dare say, 'twould be a fine contribution were you to accomplish these tasks unaided. What say you? I thank you, Your Majesty. There are 3 locales. The first is Trevo Mine, to the northwest. We've had reports of goblins swarming in great numbers. Next is Half Village, west of Burnworth. I believe soldiers have already been dispatched to cull an infestation of saurians there. Finally, there is a call for someone to locate a group of soldiers tasked with delivering freight. They were last seen crossing the second bridge on the eastern edge of Vermont.
We have been charged with the felling of monsters.
By combining our strengths, we shall overcome this trial as all others.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. You will need to infiltrate the palace to gather evidence of Deez's misdeeds. I hesitate to ask something so dangerous of you, yet I fear we have few other options. I have attempted to do the same through my own channels afore now, though I have yet to uncover so much as a whisper of her plots. Would that I could undertake the task myself. But what say you, Your Majesty? I shall ensure that the door to the Queen Regent's office is open between midnight and dawn. Pray use that time to conduct your investigation. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim, as while examining the palace ledger for evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds, I made a curious discovery. For some time now, it seems, she has been diverting a veritable mountain of gold to the daily purchase of sweet crown flower. What's more, this inexpedient spending habit is recorded to have begun the very day on which Arthur, the would-be Arisen, appeared on the scene. This cannot be mere happenstance. I can only conclude that these sums are passing into the hands of Arthur himself. Yet 'tis strange, for sweet crown flowers only grow on the eastern edge of Vermont. I dare say 'twas not an item chosen idly. Mayhap this knowledge will guide us in our pursuit of the false sovereign. 'Tis a frail hope to be certain. Yet all the same, I would ask that your Majesty venture to Vermont's eastern edge and probe into this young man's origins. I am glad to hear it, for I cannot shake the feeling that uncovering the identity of the false sovereign is the key to unraveling Deez's scheme and securing your enthronement. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Do not forget that we work to serve the citizen.
Trevo Mine is but a stone's throw from here. Follow me. I will guide you to the location. Come, I'll lead the way.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
We ought to put it to good use.
I fear I've no wisdom. Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right on the roads, despite the hour?
Shall we get some rest then?
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Feeling rested, I trust?